Hello, this is a quickie project update slash fiddling with something else. I did a video on these watch-contained preamped contact microphones for listening to muscle, and as I said, one of the things they're going to control is the tail, but the other is a bunch of these dual serial controlled RGB LED modules, which will also be built into watches. So that's a Canadian quarter for size reference. It's about the same size as an American quarter. But what all it is a HC 164 8-bit shift register with a global reset mode, and I've added on a pair of transistors for some extra functions. So the first 6 bits control RGB, LED1, RGB, LED2 respectively. The second last bit is a global enable for the LEDs. So it turns on a 2 and 3 nanophore transistor that connects all the grounds to ground, and all the LEDs turn on. And then the last bit is a global chip reset. So I can shift in all the data, then it finally turns all the LEDs on, and then one more clock and it shuts them back off. So I can use that as almost like a frame in a way. If I can multiplex everything fast enough, I can do full RGB mixing on both LEDs independently. So I just have it hooked up to a pair of push buttons right now for testing, of course with debouncers and logic converters and all that hooked up. But I can do something like, let's see, clear it out, and I'll do 1 to turn the LEDs on, and then let's see, 001 and 010. Just to give you 2 different colors. And of course I can do, whatever combinations I want, and then of course one more click and they turn off. So that's all it is. So I've got to build a whole bunch of these. I've got to fill those watches with these. So I'm thinking maybe 10 or so are going to be RGB, and then the others will have a bunch of the same color LED, because I have hundreds of surface mount single color LEDs, so I may as well use some of those, because the RGB ones are expensive. And it's just cool to have different types of display outputs. Like I'll do ones that look kind of like a compass or time elapsing, or if I go surface mount, in the future I could put things like small displays and actually put numbers in them. But for now it's just going to be blinking lights. So these will be mounted all over some kind of costume. At the moment I'm thinking just on the back of some well-fit shirt or vest and blended into the tail. I'm also going to attempt to put 1 or 2 of these modules somewhere on the tail itself, so it's got a bit of light on it, but I'll basically be a big walking sound and body reactive glow stick, because everything's based on acoustic myography. So music in the background, if my common mode rejection isn't perfect, will affect the output, which could be fun. But anyway, that's all that is. I've just got the first one together for proof of concept. I'll pull it off the board here. That's all very tight work. It's quite flat. It's under 7 mil all the way across. I'm going to be using different LEDs though. These big square ones are just too much of a space hog. So I'll be going with the standard 5 mil form factor RGB instead, laying it flat like that. The other problem is these ones I actually had to file them down. Not fun. If I've got to do, you know, a dozen of these. So, I'm going to change LEDs. But I'll make another clone for this one to match, because I'm doing everything in matched pairs. And then I'll go with the smaller LEDs. But those are all 8th watt, except for the 330 ohm ones here and here. This is why I like 8th watt resistors. Through hole, but very tiny. And the back's all flat, so it's an insulating layer. Anyway, that's all.